So grief is actually how we as humans react and respond when we have someone in our life who has died. And we can react and respond in many different ways. Sometimes that's through our feelings and our emotions, and it's an outward expression, and sometimes we internalize those feelings.
I really just kind of brushed it off because I got surgery like 4 days beforehand on my meniscus. So I was like super like medicated on my painkillers, and everything just didn't really feel like real, I guess. It just kind of like went by my head, and I just like went on with my day. It took me like over a week to actually realize what had happened.
I wanted to die. I immediately felt depressed to all ends, and I basically felt numb.
Well, I pretty much felt like I prepared myself for everything, but when it actually happened, it was just a lot.
I definitely hit denial first, and then depression, bargaining. I hit depression again for a really long time, and then anger, and then acceptance.
It was denial, depression, bargaining, anger, and then acceptance. I had to relearn who I was again. I basically had to start over. When the person you look up to the most just kind of disappears, you don't really know who you are anymore.
So for grief, I would say it happened pretty quick because like you you accept everything, but then you just start to miss her, and so then you just go through little roller coasters, just missing her.
I definitely got stuck on depression and bargaining a lot. A lot of the times I thought if I did something I could see her again, or I thought maybe if I didn't do this then this wouldn't have happened, or I just like made myself upset and I made it feel like it was my fault, and the depression just never really went away. It stuck with me for like over a year.
It took me a while to kind of figure out how to deal with things. I really just felt like it was a joke, like she would come back one day.
I had a lot of friends that would like help me get through things, so I would just like talk about stuff with them, and I just felt like I just kind of just rolled through pretty good.
When people are grieving, they're processing the loss of their person, and that can change over time. Initially, you can feel in shock, you can feel anger, it can be, extreme feelings in the beginning, and then as you start to process and work through the loss, your feelings can be less intense. But really, if you ask a mother who's lost a child or a child who's lost a parent, even 5, 6, 10 years down the road, they still can feel a sense of that loss because there's a piece or a part of their family that's missing. And even though here at Fernside we see children learn to be resilient and adapt and put the pieces back together, things are never the same.
I just kind of forget that it ever happened in the first place sometimes, and then it hits me like a brick when people, like I'll just be in class and like a teacher will be like, make sure you tell your mom and dad about this, and I'm like, oh, I can only tell my dad about this. It's also super random sometimes, like I'll be having a great day or I'll be in like an okay mood, and then out of nowhere it'll just like slap me across the face.
I relapse on her birthday, I relapse on Mother's Day, and I relapse every couple of months. Anytime that she is brought up, I kind of just try to take control of the situation, but if I don't take control, it gets to me, and then the whole day is ruined.
Just like this, like little things like talking about her makes me a little sad just because she's not here to like, talk things through with, like Thanksgiving, because, that was like our favorite holiday and stuff, so. But other than that, not too bad.
I used music a lot. I was in band, and I decided to just try it outside of band, like playing guitar or ukulele, and that helped a lot. And I thought about like writing my mom a song or something like that, but I just never really got the motivation. So instead I just ended up writing letters to her, and I would tell her like how my day was or what life had been like since she'd passed, so I felt like she wasn't missing out on anything.
The best thing for me was hiking, or to be with friends. I really liked coloring also and writing letters. She really loved coloring, so it was like kind of a connection thing between paper and pencil. But the best thing was hiking.
I spent many nights just like sitting by, a campfire and just talking about Emily and just like remembering all of her little fun times and everything. So just that.
For anyone who's experiencing grief, the thing that I would encourage you most to do would just to be to reach out and connect with someone. Maybe as a student you feel, gosh, I don't want to talk to a teacher. Talk to a friend, just talk to someone. Talk to a teacher, talk to a coach, talk to a guidance counselor. Families are always welcome to call Fernside. But the main thing is just don't keep those feelings all bottled up inside. When we keep our feelings bottled up inside, sometimes they come out in not so healthy ways, and there's always someone here that's ready to support and listen to you.
I would talk to someone, like whether it's a friend or a teacher or a parent, or if you need to see a therapist. That is really what helped me get through it at the beginning, and still now, is talking to people that I know love me and will be there for me, and don't feel like you're a burden for having emotional issues, because everybody has them.
My advice would be to call your friends immediately when you feel it coming, or go into nature, or basically just do anything that you love to do, or that the person that you love to do. It makes you feel closer to them, and it makes you feel like you can make it through it, even though it's hard.
Just because they're gone doesn't mean they need to be forgotten. I think for me it's easier if I talk about her and just like share my memories and stuff, because you don't want her to just be forgotten. Like for me, I just want her to just always be around and just just talk about her and just let her and just remember her. That's what I like.